All right, I'm going to show you how to use super glue to close a wound. This is how I do it. I do not recommend that you do it. I'm doing this at my own risk. There's a lot of risk involved in this, so I suggest you go see a doctor instead of doing what I'm doing. So what I am doing is I have some vet bond. This is super glue that they use on animals to keep wounds closed instead of getting stitches and stuff like that. So I'm going to use that. But first, I'm going to clean around the wound. Okay. First, what I want to do is I'm use alcohol, right? And I'm not going to put this inside of the wound, but I'm going to clean around it just to remove the oils, because I'm going to use wound closures to assist with keeping the wound closed. So I have alcohol on here. I'm just going to wipe around it. Let me see, spray. So I have alcohol. I'm just going to wipe around it just to get the glue. I'm not going to get the alcohol within the wound because that will burn like I don't know what. So I'm just going to clean around it just to remove the oils, because I'm going to put some wound closures on here to assist with the glue. The glue is very strong and powerful, but at the same time, I don't want it to crack, so I'm using extra precaution. So I'm just going to clean around it with some alcohol. I cut myself with a knife by accident, and so that's how the wound. You see it's open right there. Probably need to get stitches, but I'm not. So what I'm going to do now is I cleaned around it, clean the other side too to get just the oils off. I'm going to take some iodine. This is what I have, some iodine. Just going to open that up. Got that from Walgreens. And I'm just going to place the iodine within the wound, around the wound. Like I said, do not do this. I'm doing this at my own risk. There are a lot of risk involved with doing this. The iodine kills microbes, all this other stuff. I'm just get it all around because I don't want any germs anywhere around it. There are other things that people can use, but I trust iodine. So I got that on there. I'm just gonna let that sit for a second, wait for it to dry. Just wait for that to dry. And while that's going on, I'm just gonna go ahead and prep this. Right here I have the Vet Bond super glue, as well as these tubes used to apply. I'm gonna open it up. Get these out. So I have the applicator. They're basically like just little tubes. I'm gonna take the Vet Bond. Just get that ready. So I just have it cracked open. And while that's I'm gonna try to get some of this iodine up with, I have a sterile roller gauze, right? So it's sterile. And I'm just gonna dab around there, get some of the iodine off. Okay, there's still some left in there. I'm just gonna leave that in there. It's gonna kill the microbes. So I'm just gonna wait for this to dry. Blow it a little bit. All right, once it has dried, I'm gonna take these wound closures and I'm just gonna tape half of them, half of the wound closed, just to keep it sealed closed, okay? So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take the wound closure. I'm just gonna take one off right here. I'm just gonna peel it, right? And I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna put the wound closure just like this. And I'm just going to take just one strip on the side just to keep it closed so I can start applying some glue, because I want this to be, let's see, getting focused a little bit. I want the wound to be totally shut when I apply the glue. So I'm just going to apply the glue to like half of it, okay? Just these two halves right here. All right, so I'm going to take the glue and I'm going to squeeze that down like that. All right, so now that's on, and I'm just going to take this and I'm going to place it on the sides right here. Make sure it's closed, because if it's not closed, you're just doing yourself injustice. So I'm going to take that and just put it right there. And it dries quick, this glue right here. Don't need to put much on. Put on some on that side. And let that dry. All right, after that dries on the sides, I'm going to take and peel this off. Just being careful not to rip it. All right, so I ripped that off, and then I'm going to apply the glue for the middle part. All right, so I'm going to take the glue and apply it to the middle part. Try not to put too much on it. The excess, I'll just take the gauze, wipe that out. I'm just gonna let that dry. And when it dries, I'm gonna take the wound closures and just reinforce this to keep that closed. And that's me applying super glue to a wound. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks a lot. All right, so now that I have it glued together, I'm just gonna take this, and this is just reinforcement. The glue should hold it in place because it's some pretty good glue. They use that on animals. And I'm just gonna take this wound closure and just go over top of it. And these wound closures are great. They stay in place for like maybe about 3 or 4 days. Just put one right there. And then take this. Take another one. And then just place them right here. These wound closures are great, but combined with the super glue, I should be healed up in about a week or so. All right, there you have it. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, do not do this on your own. You should probably go see a certified hospital physician, stitch master, or something like that. Let me know if you have any questions though.